What's happening? Anthony with Metal Miners. Man, I hope y'all having a good day. I am. Got some stuff I want to show you guys. Probably be the last, well I know it'll be the last collection update of the year. Cody will be down a couple days after Christmas, and then we'll work out our year-end list. Not quite sure how he wants to do it yet, but I'll let him make a decision on that. Got some stuff I want to show you guys though. Playing in the background, Suppression, the sorrow of the soul through flesh. Oh man, check out that Paulo Girardi art. Death metal out of Chile, 4-piece. See the guys here. You get 10 tracks on here, almost 39 minutes of music. There's the back cover. Out on Unspeakable Acts on CD. I should have waited and picked up the vinyl from Dark Descent. They're going to have the vinyl, and then Burning Coffins will have the cassette. If you're a cassette enthusiast, which I am, there's the guys there. Absolutely cool stuff. These guys have been at it since 2012, and this is their debut full length. Let you listen to it in the background, but it's sensational. Excellent musicianship. The bass work on here is just crazy. It's super stuff. If you haven't heard of these guys, check them out. Be well worth your time. Great stuff. Chilean death metal at its finest. Pick this one up at Rotted Life. But like I said, Unspeakable Acts put out the CD. You can get a vinyl copy at Dark Descent and cassette at Burning Coffins. And I'm sure they'll be at a distro near you. So that's the background music. Let's move right on in. I got 3 cassettes I want to show you guys. All of them are splits, believe it or not, and then a handful of albums, and I think 1 7-inch. Let's move on with it. First off the bat, this is the Pukewraith Intestinal Hex split called Medieval Grime. There it is right there, folks. Like I said, this is a split. Come on, this. I think there was actually 2 colors. This is the purple with the green writing. Nothing on the other side. If you haven't heard this, Merry Christmas. There's you a chance for. Let me pull it out here where you can see this killer art. The art there's by Nev at Gruesome Graphics. Death metal, Pukewraith, of course, out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Both of them are out of Canada, actually. The Pukewraith, of course, is Brendan Dean of Fumes, Gut Void fame, also with Alucard. Then the Intestinal Hex, also out of Toronto, is Daniel Bonafiglio, also with Fumes, Gut Void, and Grotesque Mass. Matter of fact, Pukewraith has a full length out this year, their debut full length. Each band has 3 tracks on here. They alternate. One will do one, then another one will do one, then the other one will do one. Just great stuff. If you haven't heard this split, the guys are just having some fun, kicking it around. You know what these guys are all about. I won't spend a whole lot of time on. Pick this up at Gurgle and Gore. Go get you one of that. I'm sure Big Daddy Gore has got some. While I was there, I went ahead and picked up the Thorn Body Asphyxiation Science split entitled Entanglement of Symbiotic Dread. Where they come up with this stuff, I never will know. Comes on this cool orange shell. I think this one came on 2 different variants as well. I'm not sure. This is a 2022 release as well from Gurgle and Gore. Big Daddy Gore. Droll Meadow did this art. Death metal. Of course, Thorn's out of Phoenix, Arizona. That's Brendan Westermeyer. And Body Asphyxiation Science is out of Brighton, England. That's Joss Allen, Jason Barker, and Matt Jason Baker, excuse me, can't read my own writing, and Matt Parker. Get you some of that. They teamed up on the title track, and then Thorn has 2 tracks on here, and Body Asphyxiation Science has 3 shorter tracks on here. Just good fun, man, good fun. Trying to pick this stuff up, you know. Josh is threatening to come off the death metal kick with this deal here, you know, and put it on hold for a while. So when I see something come out, I pick it up just in case it gets away from me. Got that one from Gurgling Gore too. I'm sure he has some if you hadn't already got them. Like I say, I think it came in 2 different colors, but I'm not sure. Speaking of folks that are going to be calling it quits, already have called it quits, you better get their stuff while you can. This is a split with Gosudar and Malignant Altar. Cover art here is by Nestor Pavarnin. There's the Gosudar side. Gosudar, I'm sorry, I can't say it. And there is the Malignant Altar side. This is a 2022 release on Rotted Life. Did the cassette. Misako Unoho did the vinyl. Death metal, both bands doing that death metal deal. Gosudar is out of Moscow, Russia, and of course Malignant Altar is out of Houston, Texas. Both bands get 2 tracks on here. Malignant Altar has 1 new tune on here, and then they have a Imprecation cover. There's the track listing on the back. Of course, both of these bands have very similar life as bands. They came on the scene in 2018. Gosudar did with a demo followed by a full length last year. Malignant Altar came about the same time with 2 demos in 2019, followed by a full length last year. And of course, if you follow them on Instagram, you'll know that they made the announcement that they were splitting up. So get it while you can, my friend. Great stuff here. Both bands doing a great job. Heavy stuff. If you're into death metal, man, you already know about these guys. No point in me going on about it. It's death metal in the highest order from both bands. Pick you one up. Got that one at Rotted Life. And while I'm at it, I want to go ahead and show you this. Speaking of Malignant Altar and those 2 demos, this is a comp of those 2 demos out on Dark Descent in conjunction with Misako Unoho. There's the guys on the back. There's the track listing. Lucas Court did this cover art. This one actually come out in October the 3rd. So this would have been, well, December the 16th when that split came out with Gosudar. So that's going to be the last stuff from them as far as I know. This came out a little bit earlier, but this is actually a comp of their early works. Their 2 early demos. Just killer stuff. You get 5 tracks on here. Right at 30 minutes of music. Comes with a killer inner sleeve. This is good stuff. There, you know, if you're interested in their beginnings, this is a great way to get it. You know, their demo quality stuff, but it's very good, very heavy. Man, I'm gonna miss these guys, man. Pick this up if you haven't already. These demos, standalone on cassette, were I think both of them were on cassette, but they were band released. And then maybe Maggot Stomp, I want to say, put one of them on vinyl, but they're hard to find. You get both of them here in 1 pack from Dark Descent, and if you're overseas, I'm sure Misako Unoho has it for you. And it's just on black vinyl, so I won't pull her out. That didn't sound right, did it? The 7-inch I wanted to show you guys. Funerus. The name of this one is The Black Death. This came out in 2015 on Dark Descent. Chris Moyen did this art. Death metal. out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. If you're not familiar, you know, this is Jill McEntee does the vocals and the bass on here. Her husband John McEntee, however you want to say it, does the guitar work on here. They had a couple session musicians come in and do some drum work and some guitar work. It actually shows 4 on the back, but it shows the session members down there at the bottom if you're interested. You get 3 tracks on here, 10 minutes and 40 seconds of music. Just super stuff. They had a few demos in the 90s and then a couple full lengths, 2003, 2011, and this was their last or most recent and last release. And if you look on Metal Archives, it's showing Funerus being split up as of 2022. Super heavy stuff. I love Jill's vocals on here. Check it out if you haven't. You will love it. I picked it up at Dark Descent. Check that out. Super cool. And just to keep an old man guessing, it plays at 33 RPMs. Man, I'm telling you. I am telling you. I knew it sounded a little fast when I put it on at 45, you know. Never a dull moment around here. Never a dull moment. Okay, moving into some of Cody's favorite stuff now. Cody just loves this stuff, and he's a big fan of this genre. Of course, we're talking about Mournful Congregation, the Exuviae of Gods Part 1. Soak that in. Can you see that? Karmazid did that cover art there. Karmazid, I think is how you say it. 2022 release. Osmo / $20 spin. I guess it's according to what part of the world you would be in where you would get your copy. Funeral Doom from Australia. Everybody knows these guys. 5-piece. You get 3 tracks on here. A little over 37 minutes of music. These guys have been at it since '93, man. They're pioneers and legends in the scene, I would venture to say. 4 full lengths under their belts, and now they've come out with this EP. 2 tracks on one side. One of the tracks is actually an instrumental that runs about 7 minutes long, and the other 2 are pretty lengthy. One's 14 minutes on side A, and then side B is that longer track, almost 16 minutes long. You know what you're getting with these guys. Just great music. You know, they actually speed it up a little bit, almost to regular Death Doom in parts, but then they slow it back down. Just super. If you're into Funeral Doom, you know these guys. Absolutely wonderful stuff. And of course, it's out on $20 spin, and you know they do a good job. Super good job. And it came on, I'll show you this black vinyl. My friend Roger's got me always buying black vinyl now. About to come to the conclusion that's the way to go, Roger. I'm thinking you're right. You on to something, my friend. Like I said, I picked up a $20 spin. If you haven't heard it yet, check it out. It's more of the same, not doing anything new. They don't have to. What they've always done's good, man. Just kidding about Cody, too. He hates that stuff. Speaking of Roger put me onto these guys. They've actually changed their logo since this album, but this is Orthodoxy. Death metal out of Spain. No nod to the cover artist, but I don't know if it's actually much art, maybe just a photo with some smoke on it. 2019 release on the Sinister Flame. That's a label out of Finland. Does a lot of black metal stuff too. This is a 4-piece. You get 9 tracks on here, a little over 42 minutes of music. Oh, let me see. Yeah, there's some in here. Check that out. I wasn't familiar with these guys, and then all of a sudden Roger showed them. I checked it out, and man, what have I been missing? Where have these guys been all my life? They had a demo in 2015, and this was their debut full length. They actually have a new full length out this year that you may see later on another video, because it is super, I mean super thick. This one musically, it's got a thick dark atmosphere to it, with some blackened touches, slows down to a doomy pace here and there. The tremolo riffs just highlighted by these double kicks in here, harsh, almost blackened vocals, super guitar work. Orthodoxy, if you haven't heard from these guys, death metal out of Spain. Pick this one up from Dark Descent. I think Dark Descent actually does all of their distribution for the Sinister Flame here in the States. This one's on black vinyl as well, but it's got some cool center labels I'll show you. Good stuff, man. Orthodoxy. If you haven't heard these guys, which I'm sure most of you guys haven't, I'm always late to the party, man, you know, because I'm just that away. Here's one, man, that I was so excited to get. I mean, man, I would love to see these guys live. Love to see all these guys live, but these guys, man, I've heard over and over people say how much energy they have in their shows. And for an old dude that don't have any energy, man, I love to see these young guys do it to it. And I am talking about Vacuous, Dreams of Dysphoria. Luke Gilchrist did this art. Check that out. Death metal out of London, England. There's the track listing on the back, and of course this is out on Misako and Oho. Man, there's the guys there. Heavy cardstock. Well done. Dark Descent's doing the CD over here in the States. FHED did the cassette release if you're into cassettes. It's a 5-piece. You get 7 tracks on this bad boy. A little over 32 minutes of music. These guys have been at it since 2020, and this is their debut full length. I read a couple reviews, and you know, you read these reviews, man, these guys use this language. I don't even know what in the hell they're talking about half the time, man. I just can't figure it out. Let me tell you this. You ever hear everybody talking about the new wave of British death metal? These guys are it, man. These guys are just excellent. I mean, they play some killer stuff. They take the time to build some atmosphere. Yeah, but they don't stay there. It's no nonsense death metal. Joe Chin's vocals are just second to none on this release. If you haven't checked these guys out, today needs to be the day. I'm pretty sure they're on Spotify, but you need to go buy you one. If you're in the States, $20 spin had some, but they didn't stay long. I am sure you can find you some from Misako if you're overseas. Do yourself a favor, man. Vacuous is killer, brother. Killer. Speaking of killer, all killer, no filler. Only the good stuff here, baby. Morbific. Squirm Beyond the Mortal Realms. 2022 release on Misako again. Man, these guys are killing it over there at MSUO. I don't know how they do it, man, but they do it, brother. They do it. Let me see. Yep, it's got an enter in here. Check out that art. This art here is a different guy than the outside art. Let's see. The cover artwork is by Chase Slaker, and additional art by Tony Hitomoma. Man, I can't talk. You see it there, additional artwork. This cover art is killer though. That's Chase did that art. A 3-piece out of Finland. Let me shut up and get on to what I'm supposed to be talking about. There's the guys there. You get 10 tracks on here. Almost 38 minutes of music. If you're familiar with the first one, this one is similar, but you know, it's mid-pace for the most part. This one's a little bit more noisy and chaotic to me. You know, it's got that muddy production. You know, real muddy. I mean, it's murky production. The debut is a banger, and this one is too. But it's just a little bit. I don't know. Y'all help me out in the comments. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I like it a lot, but it's just I don't know if it's the production or the guys just, you know, every now and then it just gets a little chaotic, a little noisy. But hey, it's good stuff, man. Maybe that's the sound they were after, and if it is, I enjoy it. I think I need to give it a few more listens. I heard some guys, especially Roger Corbick, talked about when you put it up on high volumes, it kind of loses its cohesiveness for him. But I don't know, man. My wife's always here. If I turn it up high, I gotta listen to all that. So I'm gonna check it out at high volumes a little bit later. Check out that center range. Good stuff. Morbific, finished death metal. What else can you say, man? It's good stuff. It's good stuff, baby. It's good stuff. Merry Christmas to you. In case I forget. If you don't celebrate Christmas, good to you anyway, man. Whatever you do celebrate, I hope it's good for you. You know what I mean? Peace, love, and all that good stuff, man. Be good to somebody. Now here's one everybody's been going crazy about. I didn't have to go crazy about it. I was crazy for it to come out. But here it is. Worm, Bluenothing, out on $20 spin. Check out that Brad Moore art. Just soak that in. It's even got the, I don't know what you call it, the chrome pressed on stuff there. Check that out. Here's the guys on the back. Metal Archives has got it as Black and Death Doom. The hype sticker says Necromantic Black Doom. Somewhere in the middle is exactly what it is. The guys are from Florida. It's actually a two-piece. It shows 3 here on the back. I think this one guy here only did guitars on track 4, but it's got a bunch of guests on here. 3. Not a bunch. I think you got some guys doing some guitar work and stuff, but I think for the most part it's these two, and I think this guy played guitar on one track, but he's on here, so he's way ahead of me, brother. Everyone's talked about this at length, so there's nothing much more that I can say. Of course, it's a $20 spin. You know, it came with this big poster. There's 2 in question here. Come with a big fold-out poster. I won't unfold that for you. If you're a collector the way I am and you like to leave everything inside the sleeve that came in the sleeve, $20 spin has started this thing where they actually print extra posters, and you can buy the poster for like $9.99 or whatever, so you can keep your release intact for its collectability. Moving on past this to the music, just super stuff. I think 2 tracks on here were some leftovers from Forever Glade. Then some new stuff on here. Nothing I can add to anything that anybody else has said, but this guy amazes me, man. Every time he does an interview, he's always, Ken's had him on the Death Metal Crypt a couple times. Phantom Slaughter is who I'm talking about. I don't know what his real name is, but that young man, he just amazes me, man. And he keeps pushing the envelope of this music. He plays what he wants to play, and man, it just comes out so refreshing, so different, so new. He incorporates other musicians. He surrounds himself with great people. He pulls from stuff from the past that just shines through on these modern releases. Everything he does is refreshing. It's enjoyable. The blackened parts are pushing me into that genre. The doomy parts are keeping me where I'm comfortable. You know, the death parts are right where I want them to be. And it's just enjoyable, man. This guy has such vision for music, is what I'm trying to say, without trying to get, I can't get words out of my mouth, man. I'm educated well beyond my intelligence, and I barely made it out of high school. But you know what I mean. It's good stuff. It's an EP. Hopefully he's got a new one coming. I do see that $20 Spin is reissuing the first one, you know, that's been so hard to find. So hopefully he's been on a 2-year trajectory for full lengths. Hopefully next year we get another full length from him. I'll be interested to see what he does. He always keeps my attention. Whether I like it or not, it's always quality. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to try new stuff, and he pushes me into it. Good stuff. Floridian, Blackened, Death, Doom, Necromantic, Black Doom, whatever you want to call it. Here it is, boys and girls. Worm, Bluenothing. Bunch of different variants, you know how 20 bucks spin does, but I'm telling you, I've just about come to the conclusion. I'm like my friend Roger. I just go for the black. Black is the new limited edition, man, nowadays. That's all I got. That's all I got. I think that will be the last one for the year. Again, in the background, we're listening to Suppression. Chilean death metal. Chile is just busting. I call it Chile. It's probably Chile, huh? Busting at the seams. Another thing, my friend Artie Flores sent me a zine in the mail with a nice note. Man, he's always sending me some killer stuff. This zine is from September 2015. This is the Metal Horde zine. And what's so neat about this thing is 7 years old. And in here is some bands. Opus is in here. Horrified's in here. I'm talking about with interviews. Just killer stuff. He's always sending me this stuff, man. I don't know where he gets it, but thank you, Artie. I appreciate you, brother. I hope 2023 is the best year you've ever had, man. I really mean that. Thanks for watching. We appreciate all you did for this year. Like I say, Cody will be in on the 26th or 27th, so we're going to be doing our end of year video. Not sure how he wants to do it, but I'm also going to do that room tour equipment quick view kind of video that we talked about. So y'all be good, man. I appreciate it. I'm rambling now. Toodaloo.